Due to some violent content, parental discretion is advised.
What?
Due to some violent content, parental discretion is advised.
Use it to remember. Yes, I think that's too loud. That's too loud.
Due to some violent content, parental discretion is advised.
Shalom, 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 Israel. Shalom. Um, Shalom. Most High Christ bless you all. You know what I'm saying? Most High Christ bless you all. Today, coming back at you with a Hebrew minute, and we're about to continue with the series, the Ten Commandments series. All right. And this commandment, this is the fourth commandment, and this is keeping the Sabbath holy. Fourth man, to keep the Sabbath holy, or to remember the Sabbath, right? So we're going to jump right into it. I don't want to waste too much of your time. Like I said, we ain't going deep into it. We just right now, I'm going to just go over the basic. We just gonna go over the basic. And we're gonna start with Exodus 20 in Exodus 20 and verse 8. And it say, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Oh, hold up, time out. But Salakia, forgive me. At the same time, busy day, but we never can forget by giving the Most High praises. You know what I'm saying? Honoring the Most High and honoring the Most High, giving Him praises, thanking the Lord through His Son, right? And for His Son, thanking the Lord through His Son and for His Son, Jesus Christ, Yahweh Shai, whatever you want to call Him, right? But we giving the Lord praises, right? We can't forget about that and thank Him for the opportunity to have us here. And another thing, this will be a family affair tonight. I'm gonna ask my little nieces questions, and I hope they got the answers. But if not, they will learn the answers, right? But let's get started. It said, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. So we have to remember the Sabbath day and to keep it holy. 6 days shall thy labor and do all thy work. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy sons, nor thy daughters, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, and the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the seventh. Sorry, wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. So now we have to understand what Sabbath mean. Anybody could tell me? It means two things. I'm looking for one. You give me one or the other answer. What? A day of rest. That's one. A day of rest. Well, what else? What do Sabbath mean? What? You already said a day of rest. God's day of rest. So what do Sabbath? Yeah, seventh day. Sabbath. 7 day. So the seventh day is the Lord's day, and we should rest. How we rest? By setting our mind on Him, right? That's how we rest, by setting our mind on Him. Focus on Him. Let the world go to focus on Him. Is that hard to do? Yes, it is. For most people, this is why you got to practice the righteous acts. Let's get that. This is why we practice in the righteous act, because it's hard to keep your mind on the Most High in this day of time. But when you practice, you're going to get better and better at it, right? What's that? Joshua 5 and 13, I believe. Five and 13. Um, or Judges. Oh, no. That's Judges. Judges 5 and 13. My bad. My bad. This is why we yeah, I'm on my bad. So, this is why we got to I said this is why we got to practice. So we got to get better at what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? Better at keeping God's commandments. This is why we practice and where we at, right? This is why. No. Does this damn. This is why we practice. This is why we got to practice. Practice makes perfect. But we ain't fully going to be perfect till that day come. Dude, what the hell? Judges 5:13. Judges 5. Is it Judges 5:13? Is it 5:13? Oh, oh man. But anyway, is it rehearse the righteous act? Let me see. Let me see. Drawing water. Hmm. Somebody look that up for me. Oh no, it's 11. It's 11. I knew it was in 5. It's 11. It's 11. All right. Judges 5:11. Salakia, forgive me. Hey, long day, but we don't hit it right now. Get to it. We don't get to it. It's a Judges 5:11. But this is why we got to remember the Sabbath. You know what I'm saying? And this is how we got to get better at keeping the Sabbath. Meaning keeping our mind focused on the Most High. Don't let the outside world distract you from worshiping and keeping your mind meditating on the things of the Most High, right? So it say, Judges 5:11, they that are delivered from the noise of the archer in the place of drawing water, there shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord, even the righteous act towards the inhabitants of his village in Israel. Then shall the people of the Lord go down to the gates. So we got to rehearse the righteous act where we at. In a place of drawing waters where we are servants, aka slaves. We still in captivity this day, right? So and we got to get better at that. Making no excuses not to do what the Lord called us to do. Everybody got different jobs, but making excuses not to do what God calls you to do, and that's the problem with most people. You know what I'm saying? We think we got the next Sabbath in order to get something done that the Most High call us to do, but we don't. We don't. It's Lord's will, right? This is Lord's will. It's the Lord's will if we see next Sabbath. But we try to get better at keeping these commandments to the best of our ability, right? But the Lord say, remember the Sabbath and keep it holy. Why he tell us to remember? Jeremiah, watch this. Jeremiah 17, I believe, and 4. Jeremiah 17 and 4. This is why he had to tell us to remember. And thou, even thyself, Jeremiah, the guy is talking to Jeremiah, and thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee. What did God gave us? What did God give us? What did God give us? Go, Elijah. Well, give me a scripture. I'm gonna give you a hint. Psalms. There's one in Psalms. What? No. The one. Oh, it is one, but I don't think we went over that one. I don't think you know that one. But if you give me an answer, what? Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah. But I was looking for a Pacific one, but that's a good one. Yeah, Romans 9, 4 and 5. That was a that was a real good one. What's the other one? There's one in Psalms. He gave what he gave to us. Come on now. Huh? What did he give to us? What did he give to us, Nina? Yeah. Psalms what? No. Yeah, exactly. Dang. Psalm 147:19. That's our heritage. That's our heritage. We got disconnected from. He said, and thou even thyself shall discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thy enemies. See, God, we choose not to keep the covenant of the Most High, meaning keep His laws. So we had to discontinue. You know, we had to develop. I'm gonna use the word God said. We discontinue from our heritage. God can't be a part of us when we sinful as a nation. Since we didn't want, we didn't serve God with the gladness of heart. So hey, you didn't want you was miserable keeping these commandments. Then I'm gonna take it away from you. Then let's see how that goes. When I take these commandments away from you, I'm taking my spirit away from you, and everything else is good. That is good away from you. Now you got to fight to stay alive. You got to eat pig feet to stay alive. Hey. So, hey, but thank to God, he's waking us back up, right? Thank the Most High. He give praises to the Most High. He's waking us back up, right? But it say, and thou even thyself that shall discontinue from thy heritage that I gave you, the laws, statutes, and commandments, Psalms 147 and 19, and Romans. That's another one. Romans 9, 4 and 5. That them the things that he gave to us. Some of the things he gave to us, right? And I will cause these to stir thy enemy. Who are we serving today? Which enemy we serving today? Name them by their biblical name, not their real name. Go ahead. Esau, aka white man. Who else? Go, Elijah. Give me one. Name one. Moab. Who's Moab? The Chinese. We have to serve our enemy for once of all a thing, because we choose not to keep God's commandments, so we've been discontinued from our heritage. As we discontinue from our heritage, the curse is upon us, meaning we'll be at the bottom, right? We'll be at the bottom. We'll be the ass instead of the head. We'll be the tail, whatever what you want. We're gonna be always in a oppressed situation because we choose not to keep God's commandments, right? For ye have kindled. Why? Why this happened? For ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever. Because we kindle a fire. We kindle that fire for not being obedient, for not listening to the Most High. This is why God go back to remember the Sabbath. Rethink thyself. Remember the Sabbath and keep it holy. You know what I'm saying? Because at some point in time, we was on forget the Sabbath. At some point in time, we was on forget the Sabbath. But this is why he left it in the scripture. remember the Sabbath, because he knew at some point in time we were going to forget the Sabbath. So, by that being said, so now we remember the Sabbath. So, the Sabbath is on the what? What day is the Sabbath on? 7th day. And what's that day? What day they call that in modern day term? What day is it? Day of the week is it? Huh? Saturday. When do it start though? When do the Sabbath start? Huh? What?
From sun up to sunrise to sundown.
No. No. It start what is it, what how you just sundown to sundown, right? In the evening. The day and night was the first day in the evening. So let's get with the let's see when the day start. So if Saturday is the Sabbath in modern day terms, right? Saturday would be God's Sabbath. What day would it start on? Friday night to Saturday night. Let's get it. Genesis 1. Genesis 1 and Genesis 1. All right, Genesis 1 and 5 let you know the day started in the evening time. And God called the light day, and the dark he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day. So let you know the day start when the sun go down. That's a new day. That's morning. You know what I'm saying? Night, morning. Evening is day, right? So by that being said, you know what I'm saying? By that being said, so Sabbath day start on what? When do it start? When do it start? What day? Friday at evening. I need to use the words of the Bible. Friday at evening, right? So the Sabbath starts at Friday at evening and ends on Saturday in the evening time, right? When the sun goes down, right? Right? So yeah, so we have to keep the Sabbath. Some people might ask, do we got to keep it today? Because uh, do we still have to keep the Sabbath the way God said to keep it? Yes, we do. Watch this. Exodus 31, because these commandments, God's commandments continue forever. Exodus 31 and I believe 16. Damn. At Exodus 31 and 16, it say, therefore the children of Israel shall keep the Sabbath. We are the children of Israel on this side of the world, the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americas of North and South America, right? We are the Israelites according to the Bible. It said Therefore, the children of Israel shall keep the Sabbath to observe the Sabbath throughout their generation. It said to observe the Sabbath throughout their generation. What's generation mean? Go ahead. For generation after generation after generation. You know, we still a part of that generation from old. We still what you call it, producing, yeah, we still multiplying. Hey, generation after generation, it never stops. The only way this stop, if we stop, the nation of Israel stop existing. And that's not going to happen because the Most High said that's not going to happen. He said, Jeremiah 31, I believe 31, said, if the moon stop existing, the sun and the stars, no, I'm paraphrasing. He said, then Israel will stop existing. So they still here, we still here. All right. Watch this. It's for a perpetual covenant. Let's get that word. Perpetual. What y'all think perpetual mean? Huh? Well, go ahead. Go ahead, Elijah. For that's what your Bible say? Is it? Yeah, it's an everlasting covenant. Hey, all praises, all praises. Hey, that's what they're there for. Sometimes I hate to say it. Sometimes that stuff is right. Huh? Yep. Yeah, perpetual describes something that lasts forever, continue infinitely, or of course, constantly without interruption. So the Sabbath, we're supposed to keep the Sabbath holy, continually, infinite, in what? Indefinitely. Yeah, damn. Meaning forever, right? Forever. We're supposed to keep the Sabbath forever, right? It doesn't change. And if any, especially our people in Christianity and the Baptist church, especially them people, if you know God doesn't change, then his Sabbath didn't change. Just because we got away from it, meaning it didn't change just because we got away from keeping God's law. It stayed the same. We changed. So that's why we got to go back to him. God don't change. God don't change for nobody. We got to change for God. And if you're not ready to change for God, then you got to check your spirit. Right? So a perpetual, what did it say? A perpetual covenant, meaning this is last forever. This covenant is the keeping the Sabbath is forever. And I know people get, the Sabbath changed. Christ rose on the on Sunday. That's a lie. If he died Friday, Sunday would be 2 days. Sunday would be 2 days. It won't be 3 days. If he supposed to stay in the ground for 3 days and 3 nights, that would have been Monday. So Monday should have been your Sabbath. But we are so docile. What's it called? Docile that we can't even see the the foolishness they teach us. Because we yearn so much to be like these people. We want what they got. And what they got is nothing compared to what the Most High got for you. Right? Watch this. So you got, if God changed this, then you saying God's a liar. Watch this. What's that? Malachi 3:6. Malachi 3:6. For I am the Lord, I change not. Therefore, ye sons of Jacob are not consumed. You better be thankful God don't change. Because everything that God set forth, put forth, is righteous, especially his laws. Right? But let's see Jesus change something. Let's see, did Jesus change something? Let me see. My doctrine ain't mine. Let me see. I got to look that up. My yeah. John, yeah, that's it. John 16. John 7 and 16. I'm sorry. John 7 and 16. I thought it was John 7:16. And this is Jesus speaking. Jesus answered them and said, my doctrine is not mine, but his that sent me. If any man will do his will, what's the will of God? Scripture. Nobody know that scripture? What's the will of God? Huh? What's the will of God? Yeah. So y'all know the scriptures? What? Uh, I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna give you a hint. Psalms. Y'all know the scripture? Oh man. Huh? No. Yep. It's too distant. Huh? Psalms 40 and 8. Thy will. Delight. I'm happy to do thy will. What one? Romans 2 and 18. That's another one. Romans 2 and 18 show you what's God's will. And Psalms 40, 40 and 8 will show you God's will. But we have to delight in doing God's will. We have to delight in doing God's will. All right. And then say, he shall know of the doctrine, whether it be of God or whether I speak of myself. Christ didn't speak nothing of his. Yeah, Christ didn't speak nothing of himself, right? So you don't know it's from God. How you don't know if it's God doctrine? Doctrine mean what? Laws. What scripture? I thought I was down and out. um, Proverbs 4:2. The doctrine is lost. We don't, if he was speaking of his own, you would know it because he would have. Christians say he changed the Sabbath. Now the Sabbath is Sunday instead of Saturday. Instead of the seventh day, it's the first day. No, no. God don't change, and Christ did not come to change anything. Not one jot or one tittle should pass from the law. Matthew 5:18. Right? Till heaven and earth pass away, not one jot, one tittle should pass from the law. So no. But if y'all Christian soon to think this, look what your favorite, apostle Paul wrote. Let's go to Hebrews 4. Hebrews 4. Watch this, 4-8. And let's get right to the point. For if Jesus had given them rest, then would he not afterward have spoke of another day? Jesus didn't do nothing of his own. He done everything the Father told him to do. This is why he's saying, if Jesus had given them another day, then he would not afterward have spoke of another day. Why didn't he speak of another day? No Christian can show me Christ said the Sabbath is going to change. This is why we have to remember the Sabbath and keep it holy. So the Sabbath is the seventh day. It starts Friday night when the sun go down, evening when the sun go down, to Saturday night at evening when the sun go down. We have to remember that and keep that day holy. The Sabbath day is the seventh day, not the first day of the week, it's the seventh day of the week. By that being said, this is Brother Tamir coming at you with another Hebrew minute. And to remember the Sabbath and keep it holy. And like I said, this is going to be a series. Hey, tomato, whatever. Hey. But it don't go on. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to go too deep. Just giving a little at a time. But by that being said, shalom, Israel. Most High Christ bless. Stay in the spirit. What y'all want to say? Shalom. Loud.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Due to some violent content, parental discretion is advised.